And I pray to God to continue to keep me and the Jamaica Labour Party firm and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, Labour rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labour rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, no bother fuss, no bother fight. We did a be a labor right. No, shake it.
But I pray to God to continue to keep me and the Jamaica Labour Party firm and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, Labour rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labour rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, no bother fuss, no bother fight. We did a be a labor right. No, shaky boat because a woman we like. We did a be a labor right. The river come down green, it's so pretty and bright. We did a be a labor right. The way me love shower in a green, me baptized. We did a be a labor right. Right now me nah worry about visa, cause we have one of the greatest leader. Me nah run way, go a foreign like Triple X and go beef gravel leg out a freezer. Bout ya fit on green like Tracina. I will say no wage freeze for the teachers. We have the prettiest women like Anne-Marie Vaz and sexy Venetia. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Oh no, see center, my servant center. You know, St. James parameter. Our doctors did have to use garbage bag. Yo, dance you go on like you no member. Now blessings that flow like river. Every bad prayer return to sender. Dr. Cole and Blair teach drop out from when PNP never buy them no denture. In the name of Jesus.
Good evening, Labour Roots. And good evening to all other comebacks watching this channel. What I tell this would I say that comment section say, what I love this song. I don't want to play one more time. Tell me if I don't want to play one more time. Maybe just complete the intro. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive and know the voice of the Westmoreland people. Good evening, my people. Good evening. We're going to run it through one more time. We don't want the people that say intro too long, you know. See?
That I pray to God to continue to keep me and the Jamaica Labour Party firm and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, Labour rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labour rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, no bother fuss, no bother fight. We did a be a labor right. No, shaky boat because a woman we like. We did a be a labor right. The river come down green, it's so pretty and bright. We did a be a labor right. The way me love shower in a green, me baptized. We did a be a labor right. Right now me nah worry about visa, cause we have one of the greatest leader. Me nah run way, go a foreign like Triple X and go beef gravel leg out a freezer. Bout ya fit on green like Tracina. I will say no wage freeze for the teachers. We have the prettiest women like Anne-Marie Vaz and sexy Venetia. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory.
All right, guys. Good evening to everybody. Let me just get to the shout outs. So remember, guys, give the live a thumbs up. It's a vertical live, so hit the 3 dots in the right hand corner of the screen and hit the thumbs up button. See? So let's roll out the shout out. So good evening to my beautiful wife. Good evening, baby. Patricia Dan, big up yourself. Winsome Nemad Shah, big up yourself. Mama Rose McCullough, big up yourself. Carlene, big up yourself. Monica, big up yourself. Dan Rowe, big up yourself. PB, big up yourself, PB. Demos, big up yourself, Demos. I remember if I say Monica, big up Monica. Big up Saya, big up yourself, Saya. Amai, big up yourself, good evening. Shirley, big up yourself, Shirley. And me see, Narissa, Poppy, big up yourself, Narissa. Wanna get me some thumbs up on the live. So let me explain to you the difference between thumbs up and the heart them. So yes, we want the heart them. If you give with the heart them, it attract more viewers. See, it's just like TikTok. If you give a lot of heart, it attracts more viewers. Also, we want to hit the thumbs up button itself. So the thumbs up button promotes the video on YouTube itself. See, so later on, depending on the amount of thumbs up you get, the video will start pop up in other places on YouTube. So you will say I watch one of Father Steady video, and when Father Steady video done, you see one of DUJON video pop up. See, that is what the likes are for. See, promotion. So the more likes the live get, YouTube will say, all right, this live is popular, so we're gonna make it pop up here, so and pop up there. So see, so just give me some thumbs up, my people. All right, so I come this evening to have a heart to heart with the man them and the females them this evening. You know, when I was a youth man growing up, in Jamaica, you know, oftentimes we saw, you know, especially in our ghetto where I am from. I didn't really live there, but when I went there, you know, we used to see a lot of misdeeds, a lot of happenings that was going on. You know, police come in there and police beat up persons, police kill persons. You know, I know of innocent person that got killed by police. And this was all under the PNP time. You know, in my growing up, the PNP was in power since 1989. And when the PNP left power, I would have been 17 years old. You know, so most of my life spent under PNP government. You know, and when I was growing up, a lot of the people know that is saying they want change. They were saying they wanted change, you know, under the PNP, you know. You know, a lot of the persons know that is saying that they want change. They were saying they wanted change under the PNP, but we know now that they didn't really want change. They was only saying that. You know, I used to often wonder to myself, why is it that we can't get better? You know, is it that we don't deserve to have better? What is happening? You know, why is it that Jamaica can't blossom and morph or evolve into something better than what it was? You know, so to see Andrew Holness come now and is actually not only saying that he will do better, but he's actually doing better. Is it this not something that the Jamaican people have been asking for all of my life and generations before me? You know, we wanted better roads, we're getting it. Lots of communities did not have water, they're getting it. Can you believe there are still places in Jamaica where persons are using kerosene lamps? You can imagine that? There are still places in Jamaica today that are using kerosene lamps, my people. See? And this government is getting the work done. They're getting to it. Why is it that Jamaicans don't see it fit to support. I go, anywhere else in the world you go, and a government is performing the way Andrew Holness government is performing. This government wouldn't even need for campaign, if it was anywhere else in the world. We hear the Prime Minister say it, and it is an absolute fact. Good evening, John Sibbles. Just see a puppy. If this were anywhere else in the world, the amount of work, and by the way, when you hear me read out Bustamante and Edward Siaga's all of the stuff that they did to move Jamaica forward, I have a long list. I have compiled a massive list of, all of the stuff that Andrew Holness have done in the last 9 years. And make no mistake about it, it has doubled what Bustamante and Siaga did together. Believe it. See, now I'm going to have to find a special date to come and tell you guys that, because it's going to be a long live, and I am going to work most of the days them now. So, I'm not gonna have enough time for deal with it. But on one of my days off, I will tell you guys the night before. See? I said, Dujon, I'm wondering if Andrew could set a system where Jamaican can use commercial gas and pay for it monthly. All of that will come, as we build out the system. If we had keep the government when we changed the government in 1972, if we had keep that government, we would have reached further. And if when we changed the government in 1989, if we had kept that government, we would have reached further again. So here we are again, looking down the barrel again, and the Jamaican people must make the choice now, because it beggars belief, my people, that you really have persons out there that is really, really, really supporting Mark Golding. I find it so strange, because when you look for Mark Golding has no energy. Mark Golding can hardly strung a sentence together, and that is the absolute truth. Mark Golding is yet to prepare a supplementary. Well, Mark Golding is meant to produce an alternative budget, and we haven't got one from him in 5 years. See, we haven't got anything from Mark Golding by way of policy, because all of the stuff that he said by way of policy that he would have done, the JLP is already doing it or have done it. So I talk on many occasions about the PNP plagiarizing the work of this government. So every single thing that Mark Golding said at their conference that he would do, the Jamaica Labour Party is doing it or has already done it. So but Mark Golding is basically saying, if should he win, he will continue the policy of this government, because he don't have nothing. He don't have nothing. Big up in Shirley. Mark Golding have nothing, none at all, my people. I tell you, nothing you have to produce the people in Jamaica. And I wonder if Jamaicans are really this silly. Today I saw a comment when I was checking my messages. I saw a comment where a man is telling me that I am dunce and I can't read because Mark Golding produced the documents as to where he was born and his British citizenship. No. I don't know if I'm me dunce, or a uno dunce, or a him dunce, but I need to tell me now, because unless me did that sleep, or some uno see Mark Golding produce birth documents and produce documents to say renouncing citizenship. Anybody see it, PNP or JLP, F1 PNP in my life, I see it and tell me where I can go find it. Because me interested to find it. See? So I can stop calling Bucky Master and say, alright, him I want away. How you am bad. So if anyone else can find the document, they point me to it. See? Because I'm telling you something. I'm telling you something, Jamaica. I, as a Jamaican, living in the United Kingdom, I am within my rights. I have lived there since, a teenager. I am now a full-fledged big man, and I am a dual national, my people. And I can run for parliament here. I can run for council. I can run, for certain political positions here. But I do not find it befitting of me to try and do that because this is not where I was born. My children that I have here, that was born here, it is their home, I would say. So it is best them take on that, that hill. My hill is in Jamaica, and their hill is in Jamaica too. See? But my hill is in Jamaica. So I don't understand how persons can really see Mark Golden. When they look for Mark Golden look frozy. He look mismatched. He look like I that there's somebody they don't want to represent PNP. You know, say man look like he wash only once a week, sir. I don't know if the two are disrespectful because the elder them a get onto me, my people. Elder them a say, yo, me a go on too disrespectful and bad things. But me tell some of them say, my audience don't really have no problem with how me deal with Bucky, See? But we have to respect the elder them and, we don't want them feel like they're not welcome on the platform. See? So me not too want disrespect Mark Golden. I'm telling you something. When me I grew up, and I see certain things in my community, I always wanted to be the one to fix it. Pardon. I always wanted to be the one to fix it, my people. And now that I see what is happening in Savlamar to my people, or in Westmoreland in general, as it relates to the municipal corporation down there, a part of me fixing it is using this medium. And we will grow. Believe that we will grow. We will get enough than this, and I will be using this medium to call on the Savlamar and the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation to do better by my people, and as we grow and get bigger and bigger, my voice will get bigger and bigger. And, more or less to say I got robbed by a higgler last year. Sorry for laugh, my boss. Sorry for laugh. Hush. Hey, I would higgler rob more or less. I don't care about bad things, sir. I want to. I bet I want paid higgler. Anyway, sometimes we have to make, we have to take serious thing. I bet laugh sometimes more or less. But sorry for hear that still. See? Yes, Novia. Shanice is my number one fan. Enough time I tired of me and say, cho, can't bother, Shanice say people they want to see you be. People don't wait for you. Go on, go do your people there live. I say, alright, cho. I come here, man. I go do your people there live. Because I know Shanice bite up my neck ching. See? By the way, back to his story at hand. It's not my day off until probably about Wednesday, Thursday-ish. I'm off. I do 4 10-hour shifts, people. And I usually off 3 days out of a week. And I try to use one of them as a overtime day. Sometimes I don't get it. But whenever I get it, I gone. So Wednesday I always use as my overtime day. So I can't promise I go do the long live Wednesday, but maybe Thursday or Friday. See? After the election, we'll be doing Sunday lives. I want to host a call-in show on Sunday. Where people can call the phone and, So, I was live this morning, yes. But I had to come off because I have to go to work. YouTube now. We are going to build. So once we build up our reach one stage, I don't know watch the ads them guys. The ads them pay me, One time I see them come up and I skip them. So I don't to make no money from YouTube. So I can't sit down for a whole day with them. See? So when I start watching ads them and I start make some big money, I can start sit down with spire so we don't know all the all lab me gab. You see me? So me I go now. A story now. When I was growing up in Savlamar as a youth man, what I saw. So I am from a very volatile community down there called Russia. And though I've never been mixed up in anything, any wrongdoing, my people. I've never been mixed up in any of it. But, I saw it firsthand, growing up in the community. And I always wonder, what is the fix? And who is going to fix it? For generations, the PNP run Jamaica. And where I am from was one of their strongholds. And still is today. And when they were in power, they left us to suffer. Many of my friends that I grew up with, persons that I know their families, the youth then turn upon each other because of illiteracy. And them start to analyze each other and them fight and them war and them destroy the community. A once loving community that we had down there. When in the 90s when I was growing up, Russia was one of the nicest places ever in Savlamar. Big up yourself over there in South Africa, O'Reilly. Good evening, Winsome Radcliffe. See? Love the history talk the other day. That video has over 12k views. It was very educational. We all come with a more modern one. Think in Jamaica with all of the stuff that Andrew Holness and his cabinet have done. We got it. And we're going to bring it soon. See? Big up in the lands. Big up Electro. Now, I've watched all of these things unfold as a youth man. And if I was ever, I can't remember being sympathetic to the PNP. Big up yourself, Lifestyle Politics. Good evening. I can't remember being sympathetic to the PNP because I was always a Labourite through and through. I've been a Labourite since I was 12 years old. But part of me being a Labourite, it came from me taking up an article in the Savlamar Library. And when I read that article, there was a basket in the Savlamar Library where was it a basket? It was like a little shelf thing that looks like a basket. When you come in at the Savlamar Library, it was to one side. I used to rent books. I take out books from the Savlamar Library to read. Because I didn't start reading fluently until I was 11 years old, people. And I did my GSAT the next year. So my stepmother spent since I was 8 years old, teaching me how to read. And I got the hang of it by the time I was 11 years old. My mother, who was a comrade, had failed me in all of those departments. So I was way behind my peers. And then, persons would tell me that I was dunce and I was dumb. And it turned out that I was actually very, very intelligent. I just wasn't being, it's past tense. So I just wasn't being taught anything. And when my stepmother got me, she worked on me. And my father sent me to evening class. He sent me to summer school. They did all the stuff that they could do to get me to catch up. And I did eventually catch up. But saying all of that to say this, when I was 12 years old, I read an article. And when I read that article, the article told me about the happenings in Jamaica in the 70s and how Michael Mann wrecked the economy. And from me reading that article at 12 years old. You know, I link that article with Savlamar and what we didn't have in Savlamar. I remember at my father's house, you know, sometimes you turn on the pipe and there was no water. My father eventually had to get a pump and tank and build a pump house so we could have water. You know, all of these things, I linked them to the PNP at the time, at 12 years old. And I often wonder as a youth man, see, I often wonder as a youth man, you know, why is it that the people are going through all of this? Why can't these things be fixed? I later learned that, you know, some things was happening, especially in the community, and it was because of politics, you know, and persons was, you know, doing certain things because of politics. And that drew me even further away from the PNP, because I also linked those certain happenings to the crime and violence that was happening. See? And because of that, I don't trust anything PNP. Good evening, Lucille. See? Big up yourself. And Dio, big up yourself. Cass, big up yourself. Marilla, big up yourself. See? I link all of those things to the PNP. And, you know, today, as a big man, fast forward today, as a older person, when I look at Savlamar today, my people, not much have changed in Savlamar in 20 years. I can point out to you. I have not lived in Jamaica permanently on a permanent basis now for the last 19 years. I have not lived in Jamaica on a I go 1, 2, 3 times a year, and I will spend 2 months, I spend a month, I spend 3 weeks, I spend 2 weeks, I spend a week. See? At one point, I spent 9 months in Jamaica. But I can almost tell you all of the things. Then when I was a youth man, they built a Western shopping center, a Western shopping mall across the road from KFC. Pardon. That was the newest building in Savlamar when I was growing up. Today, there's lots of new buildings in Savlamar. But these are private persons moving in and building, which is a good sign. That means business is happening. We need 2 more thumbs up, my people, to get to 50. That is the target amount of thumbs ups that we ask for per live. So 2 more thumbs up. Hit the 3 dots in the right hand corner of the screen. Hit the thumbs up button and get us to 50 thumbs up for my spring tree phone and bite out some of the neck ching. See? Anyway, the PNP, in my estimation, had failed the people of Savlamar. And I wanted to do something about it so bad. Now, if you ask my friend them that I grew up with, the minute you say Dujan out of your mouth, then we tell you. First thing I'm going to tell you is that I'm a politician, you know, and I'm a labor right. Anyone of my friend them gonna see, just ask them. From where I go to school, I tell them, say, yo, we need to do something about a town. We need help. Something just not right. Why is it that many places are being developed in our country, but what happened to it? You know, I saw the car problem long before it happened, you know. When I was a youth, man, you couldn't drive and park by any plaza in a Sava, you get parking space and you're good. See? Today, anywhere in a Savia go, you have problem for park. Anywhere in a Savia go, you have problem for park. You know why? Because the people that is leading or was leading and is still leading, they do not have the gravitas. They do not have the cojones. And they do not have a grasp of the situation. We have some persons who are leading us for leading us sake. They're not literate enough. We need some bright minds, and we got loads of bright minds down there in Savlamar. But the older ones, they're hugging the space, and they refuse to allow the younger minds to come in and fix or treat with the problems that we are having in Savlamar. Now, granted, you have persons who do not know the difference between local government and central government. So they will see things not being done in Savlamar and think that it is Andrew Holness's government that is not doing it. So, okay, so let me ask you now. Why did you guys vote PNP in the local government election? Do you guys know? Big up yourself, you know, Colonel. Big up yourself. You voted PNP in the local government because you wanted them to run things locally. That's what you voted for them for. That's what you voted for them for the last 36 years. You wanted them to lead locally. This is why we have local government, you know. You vote PNP in my people down there in Savlamar and in Westmoreland. So if you vote PNP if you run the locality, that's what they are doing. They are the government down there in Savlamar. The PNP is the government down there in Savlamar. You voted for them last election. Mark Golding came down and Mark Golding said, vote for me. And I will give you this and I will give you that. And you guys obliged. You know, some of you follow Dan, some of you follow Julian Chang, some of you follow Deputy Mayor, Mia Delancey, who is really the Deputy Mayor. You know, I believe that Mia Delancey is really the Deputy Mayor, you know. The real mayor is really the deputy mayor. But the deputy mayor, I was told, is not literate enough to be mayor. So somebody had to step in. So what he does, the man who can read, take up the position, but him run things. See? Why is it that these people are playing around with our lives like this? Why is it that these people are playing around with our lives like this? Do we not deserve better, Westmoreland? Have we not gone through enough struggles, Westmoreland? Are we not tired to see these people sitting there, Westmoreland, and not doing anything by us? And you have people go say, yo, dirty labor right, boy, you through your labor right, make you say this. Okay. I have a vested interest to see my party run the municipality and run the locality. But let me ask you, in the last 36 years, what changes has the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation brought to your life down there in Savlamar or anywhere in Westmoreland that you are? Somebody point out here and show me. What changes have they brought to your life and your living standards? Are you any better off under the PNP running the Westmoreland municipality? Because you voted for them, you know, over and over. You voted for them handsomely. And why you voting for them? Because your granny was dead 20 years ago with a PNP. Because your grandfather was dead 25 years ago with a PNP. Because that's why my family vote PNP, you know, because my grandfather was dead almost 40 years ago. More than 40 years ago. A PNP. That's why my family vote PNP. So what happened to the work of the people? You don't want a road, you don't want a light, you don't want a water, you don't want nothing. You just a vote for PNP and then say Andrew Holness not do nothing. So what happened to all that work where Prime Minister doing in our country? No work is not being done in Westmoreland and in Savlamara in your locality where you live. You know why? Because you continue to vote PNP and they do not have a track record of doing anything. They do not have a track record of doing anything. So we vote for them. Because you know what happened in Savlamar? You don't know what happened in Savlamar? These people got so comfortable. They just know that they are going to be there, so they got so comfortable. They are now complacent. And you see all like people them don't have Savlamar will sit down and not say nothing. All like people them in Westmoreland will sit down and not say nothing. You all are not complicit. You're not just as guilty as them. But believe me, this platform will grow. One day I'll have 100,000 subscribers. And I'll have a massive voice. And when I back, it'll come like I want dog bite. See? So believe. Believe that this platform will grow. And when I call out the municipal corporation, even the BBC here in Britain will pick it up. I promise you that. When I back CVM in Jamaica and TVJ in Jamaica will pick it up. CNN and CBS will pick it up in America. When I back, I will have that bite one day. Remember, I did tell you. So stop loving political party. Because I love my people enough to know that if there's a labor right in tow and that labor right is not doing what is right by my people, I would also be barking as well. When you see me bark by Molan, when you see it, I'm a labor right. So is Molan. Molan came out of the gates a little bit late. He did what he could, came out of the gates a little bit too late. You know? So he had to go. See? So we want to tell the people of Savlamar and of Westmoreland in general, it's time now. We deserve better. You know? And I come here on many occasions to tell you guys the difference between local government and central government. So I'm going to use the time again this evening to tell you the difference. You know, because I'm working on my people in Westmoreland, you know, they need to be educated. They need to be educated. Central government is who you elect to run things overall. They handle the money and they handle the big policies. Big policies meaning building highways and byways, you know, building hospitals, health centers, clinics, buying machinery, building hospital, building schools, police station. And we have seen all of that from this government. All of it. But when that government builds that hospital and build the highway will come through your town, government is responsible for that. But somebody is responsible for the locality surrounding those things. In Savlamar, the person that is responsible for the locality surrounding those things is the PNP. Now look into this. If you was a laborite and you have a PNP prime minister, would you do everything in your power to aid that PNP Prime Minister, to make that PNP Prime Minister look good? No. And that is what is happening in Westmoreland. So when the Prime Minister send the money, or when Desmond Mackenzie send the money to the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation to do the work of the people that is there to sign off on the work and sign off on the money, they do not do it. Because anything that is fixed up in Westmoreland now, especially in a election time like now, it is going to look as if it is the government that is doing it. So they cannot afford for the government to get the credit for that. And because of that, you have suffered for 9 years. Things that you needed to get done didn't get done for 9 years. Because PNP running the municipality in Savlamar and in Westmoreland can't afford for the government to get the good face. Imagine this. 75 million the government allocated to build a market in Negril. They already identified the land. I got pictures of the land. You know, they already identified the land. "36 years the people of Negril have been asking for a fruit market. 36 years. PNP has been in the municipal corporation for 36 years. At some point in that 36 years, the PNP held central government and the local government for 19 years. Did the people of Negril get that market? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me if the people of Negril got that market? No, they did not get the market. And guess who's in charge of Negril 20 of those years? The mayor, Bertel Muir, now retired, but the mayor of Savlamar. His division was in Negril. And he could have given his people a market. Instead, he chose not to. And when people come and people tell you the truth, you hate me. And I say me if dead because I talk the truth. And you me a defend. I saw the dons. There's many other things I could not do with my life and my time. You know? But guess what? I know that I want to return to my home. And I want it in the best conditions for my return. Not only that, I have family, auntie, uncle, cousins, lots of them still living there in Jamaica. My immediate family is here in the UK. You know, I don't have to come back to Jamaica, none at all. But guess what? I love my country enough to want to see it better for not only myself, but for all of we. And I will continue to chip away. I will continue to have heart to heart with you guys. And I hope. And I'm going to use this election coming to measure the ground to see, you know, well, you can't really use local and general to measure the thing. Because what mean a local, you know, general is taken more seriously. There's no market in Negril. These people have refused to sort out the market. Refuse to do it. I don't know why. The government say, all right, we want to make Negril its own municipality. The PNP say, no, we don't want to be its own municipality. Government can't do nothing because we don't elect them to lead the locality. So them have all I talk. You know, see someone I idiot. Time for fix up a thing. I don't need to start think within the brain. Now the government is coming with the urban center in Negril. And the PNP is already saying that they don't want no urban center in Negril. Pardon. You know, say mad people them we are deal with. You know, say why wouldn't we want an urban center in Negril? Is that not going to create jobs for Jamaicans? And if it is in Negril, people with US dollars and pounds and euros will be close by. Them will go spend it. Does that not spell good sense? Mirrors. The government say them going to build an airport, a fourth international airport in a Jamaica, in a Liquor London. And the PNP is already saying that they don't need any airport in Liquor London. Now somebody tell me how that makes sense. That airport is going to create jobs for Jamaicans. Long-lasting jobs that will stay because people are going to travel. If me can get a straight flight from England come straight to Liquor London, that not good for me. Because I can come almost on my yard. I can walk go a serve if I want. Just jar my suitcase them on the road and take my time panka till I reach. These are the type of people that we are deal with. They are non-progressive, my people. Them no mean we no good. Them no mean we no good. We can't continue to carry on like this, my people. We just can't. If everything progressive that we should do or we are going to do, they're against it. You know, when you're in opposition, I understand that you need to oppose. But how can you oppose progress? Shouldn't you be saying, boy, while this is a good idea, here is how it can be done better and cheaper. I would recognize you and respect you better as an opposition if you were saying that. But when you're going to say no, why? You know, the amount of young youth I go left school in a matter of years, the 5 years that airport will take to be built. Young girls and boys will be leaving school and wanting a job. And the PNP want to fight against something like that. We need them out of Westmoreland. We need them out of Westmoreland. I don't know, somebody have to start one GoFundMe for me and see if we can raise some money so we can go down and go fight for the local government. Because that's how it change really I go start, my people. We need to get them out. That's how it change really I go start. And the reason me not move already, I just don't have a funding. And you need to fund yourself when you go into politics. Your party not going to give you no funding. You need to fund yourself. See? I mean, I have a funding. So if I can get a rich donor, you can fund me. I go down and go fight tooth and nail to get them out of the municipality because we need them out. Me have a whole team of people right now, you know. Just sit down and wait, you know. We need some forward thinking people. We need some forward thinker. We need some people who can fix the problem them. You know, one of my greatest mission right now is to see the clock tower churn again. I want to hear it bang again. You know, I used to love when me a youth man and me then in my yard, Sundays especially. I could hear it. I could hear it banging on Sundays especially. You know, we can't fix up with town. We don't need fixing. And these people, they are not capable. You know, the money sweet them and them did they collect them paycheck. That's it. Them not do right by the people. You know, and I'll continue to talk. You know, and if I see Mayor Delancey, you know, on the road, you know, all respect goes out to him. Even though I don't hear me I say right there, but I will approach him. You know, even Dan, as ignorant as they say him be, I will approach him as well. You know, these people, they need to know that they have been there for a long time. And they have not done right by us. Not in any sense of the word. They have not done right by us. What will it take? You know? We have to look at the patriotism within us. Do right by the people. You're elected by the people trust you to do the work. Clean up the market. Upgrade the market. Keep down the market clean. And a rocket science, it can happen. You just take good managers. But anyway, my people, I go love you and leave you, you know, because I'm tired. I know you can't see I'm tired. See? So I go love you and leave you. But, you know, I the love of the people and the love of my people. Why I do this. Politics runs in my veins, my people. It is the love. It is one of the love. Shanice is the love of my life. But, you know, politics is one of the loves of my life, separate from my children. You know, and it is my niche, politics, my people. It is what I love. I'm a politician at heart. You know? So one day, but for now, we are here. So big up on yourself, my people. I don't know if you don't see me a morning, but you know, if you don't do see me a morning, it will be on TikTok. See? So big up on yourself. Showa labor rights.